Alright guys, welcome back. So let's have a look at Super Microcomputer, SMCI. So this stock pretty much hasn't been doing much. We haven't covered this name for almost about a month now. And the all reason is there's not much going on with this name. But at the same time, that date is approaching very, very fast. So stock is at 31. Before we take a look at the option activity and the chart of the stock, I want to go take a look at the SEC filings where they were given somewhere around December. Okay, let's take a look at December 6th by the NASDAQ to extend the listing, pretty much the time for them to file the 10Q and 10K reports. So on December 6th, MicroStrategy received a letter from NASDAQ stock market informing the company that NASDAQ has granted the company a request for an exception to NASDAQ's listing rule 5250 through February 25th, 2025. The exchange gives the company until February 25 to file its annual report, Form 10K, and the fiscal year ended June 30th, 2024, and its quarterly report on Form 10Q for the period ended September 30th. So these guys have been kicking the can as long as they can. Well, I thought maybe they would. It would be in their best interest to do it as soon as possible, but looks like there's something cooking. There has been something cooking with this company, but again, we don't know until we hear or we receive those numbers if they ever actually get released, because I still have a doubt that they might even release it. But if they release it, it will be very, very last moment. But nothing has happened ever since. So in terms of the chart, let's take a look at this price action. So stock for the last 4 trading sessions, you can see we did have a little bit of a pop in the beginning of the year, or yeah, it did pop from 30 to 37-ish. And then it is right coming back down to these levels of $30, 31. So if you're not familiar, there are 13 candlesticks, right? And I watch candlestick charts. I don't watch line charts. It doesn't tell me much, but these candlesticks tell me a lot. So you can see the last 4 trading sessions, all 4 candles seems like well, bearish candles. You can see we have from most bearish to least bearish 5 candles, and we have 5 candles from most bullish candle to least bullish candles, and then we have 3 neutral candles. So 4 trading sessions, it's been selling off. The only reason why this came across my pretty much watch list for the rest of the February is, well, we have what, exactly 1 month left. Big option expiration is out of the way. January, a lot of people have been milking the premium ever since it had this huge move to the upside, and you can see for the last, from previous option expiration right here to this option expiration, stock has done a lot of nothing, and a lot of people have been milking it, and at the same time premium staying high. So, and also Friday when I was watching, there was very large order that came in, and that's the only reason why I'm covering this one. And in this channel, and even my links down below, we talk about the option flows. So if you're going to join the Discord, I mean, it's absolutely free, but we talk about options a lot. So if you're just getting started, I'm putting together Flow Watch, how to trade the flows, certain flows. So there was this large flow which I saw back in the day when it was pretty much when the short report came out, or even before that short report came out, somewhere around these levels, 47 something, or somewhere around here before actually even the split, where a lot of people were shorting, buying puts. Very, very large floats were coming in under the radar, and it's looking like this. And at that time, I made a post saying, do I still have it? Let's take a look. SMCI, where I posted saying that you don't need a lot of money to make, I think I posted this one. So August, okay, so it was back in August. You don't need to risk a lot to make decent money. And that was the That was basically the watch list that I added, pretty much watching the flows that were coming in to buy the puts. Where $2 contract ended up going all the way to $96 per contract in a matter of like 4 trading sessions. But again, I'm not saying that the stock has to come crashing down, but very unusual flow came in expiring February 21st. SMCI. This is the option chain. 21st. So they have until 25th. 21st option expiration. 31,733. $13 put. I tried to follow it. I didn't get a fill, but I'm going to be watching this name. If it does crack $30 levels, maybe potentially trade it. But I'll show you on the chart. So since you see it, there was no any open interest, and it was just basically a giant put. I mean, notional value, yeah, we can make an argument saying that it's not a lot. It's a cheap premium. Sure, but it is around like $450,000 bet to the downside. But again, they could be just speculating that they might get delisted, because why would you buy almost more than 100% outside of the money put for $450,000 that are expiring like in 3-4 weeks? Unless you're expecting some sort of a quick flush, it doesn't have to go there. Maybe like $5-6 move down, and they're seeking to double or triple their money very quickly. That could be the case as well. It doesn't mean that they might be trading it for the sake of holding it to maturity and let them, expect it to go in the money. Not. But I'm watching 50-day moving average at the moment. This yellow line on my chart represents 50-day SMA, has been rejecting. So stock below it. Below, I think it's trading below its 5-day and 20-day as well. Let's bring it up just to make sure. And at the same time, okay, so it looks like it closed right around 5-day moving average. But clearly momentum has been to the downside. And also what I wanted to cover here, let's take a look at the total basically option activity and then short float. What's going on with the short activity? So there are people shorting, yeah, for the last 3-4 trading sessions. 50% of the volume has been short. And another thing, volume, I wanted to mention the volume has been it was as pretty much it has declined over here. So that's what I meant last time when I made a video saying that premium killing mode until we hear something from the company. And volume has declined, but premiums have not gone down as much because market makers still expecting risk for this name, and this name could become volatile any moment up until that basically due date for them to file those filings, and it's only 1 month left for them to say something, good news or bad news, whatever it is. And that's why premiums are, despite the stock trading at a very, very smaller range in the last months, OPEX to OPEX, premiums remain over 100 IV, implied volatility. So another thing, I wanted to see what is going on with the borrowing rates. Let's take a look very quickly before we go elsewhere. So yeah, borrowing rates, yeah, there's plenty of shares to borrow. What about the total open interest? I want to quickly go through this one. Let's take a look at all the expiration dates for the stock. 1.7 million total open interest for the puts and 2.1 million total open interest for the calls. And a lot of the calls are pretty much sells, in my opinion. January 17th, you can see how many outside of the money calls and puts expired for the stock. And those are the people who milked it after that pop that we had right here. And a lot of people were pretty much ecstatic when it came right back up. This is when a lot of people started selling these OPEX calls and puts for December, for January, and they collected the premium. So now we have less going forward. There's not much of a crazy volume like we have right now, but there's still decent volume for that February 21st option expiration, or a little bit more calls being sold in my belief again, because I was looking at the put to call ratio today, and if you take a look at the option statistics for the day, for Friday, 155,000 calls, 124,000 puts. And you can see when 38% of the calls that traded at the bid, which means those could have been sold to the bidder, which means those could have been bearish bets. Not necessarily they're expecting it to come crashing down, but they're just expecting that the stock is not going to move higher. And you can see calls and puts as well, between 0 to 20 deltas, how much they traded. 45% of the calls at that range, and then 50% of that puts on that range as well. So, but we'll see in the next few weeks what they're going to say. But I'm going to be watching as a support so far, this $30 level. If it cracks below 30, again, I'm going to be watching these gap areas between 24 and somewhere around these 23, maybe even $21 levels. And then we have a gap all the way down below here at from $18.75 to all the way $19.90-ish levels. So this is what I'm watching for the stock to the upside. Well, it has to get back above these levels, but I'm not interested to trade this name to the upside for maybe possible squeeze unless there's some positive news about the company. But so far, that big flow on watch for me, and I might maybe next week, if there's going to be a good opportunity to get in, I might just go in and out to trade if this is going to be cracking these names, these levels of $30. But again, these videos are not for a recommendation to buy or sell. These are purely for entertainment purposes only. Again, check out the links below for whatever you need down there, and also Flow Watch. This course is going to go. There's going to be more and more content will be added every single day with real examples of the flows. I'm going to add this SMCI flow as well, and how I spot it, where did I see it, and what is the outcome. Maybe in the next few weeks after they release the numbers, we'll see what happens for that order, or if they happen to be exiting earlier, I'll definitely update on that one. But so far, yeah, unusual put, very far outside of the money, but this stock could move in the next week, especially after option expiration. So that's my update for SMCI, Super Microcomputer. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.